Hello everyone and welcome back guys to unit 6 structures, and in this unit we have covered how we can declare structure, how we can use its objects, and we also studied about union and enumeration. And now in this video we are going to study about nested structures. Just like we have nested loops, nested if else statement that simply means loop inside a loop, or if else block inside an if else block. Similarly, we have nested structure. You know that structures are a collection of different type of data types, or you can say a data members, and all those data members can have any type of data type, and that data type can also be a user defined data types. And that user defined data type can be a union, enum, or and structure itself only. And if that member comes out to be another structure, then we say that the structure is nested, or we can say we have a nested structure. So for more clearance, let's declare a nested structure, and I'm again going to stick with the ideology of a student only, or you can say the example of students only. Okay, so I'm going to declare two structure. First structure will be marks, and that structure is going to store marks of three subjects, or you can say subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, all floating point numbers. Okay, subject subject 1 and subject 2. You can declare all these three in single line, but as per the as it is a good programming practice to separate them out and write them separately. That is why I am writing them separately. You can even use commas and and declare subject 1, subject 3, or subject 2 in all the subjects in the same line. Okay, and next will be student structure, and the or that student structure will be having struct student, and that would be having uh, uh, character status, and that status will be storing whether the student is pass or fail. We are not going to use a grading system here, and if the student score more than 50%, then it is considered pass, and we are going to give status p character. And if student fails, we are going to give the status f character. Okay, and then we have struct struct marks and okay, and marks. Okay, so we have in here, we have a structure, marks, and I have named the object of this structure marks only. As you remember that C is an case sensitive language, that is why marks with a capital M and marks with a small m are different for C compiler. Okay, it will treat them differently. That is why we are not getting an error that you are using the same name. Okay, let's have next, or for better understanding, let it be student mark, or maybe marks only. Okay, and then we will be having percentage for PER. Okay, and I'm going to let the user enter the marks and the marks, and then we will be calculating percentage and status accordingly. Okay, so first of all we need to declare an object of the structure student struct student, and the student will be S. And now I'm going to enter the details of the student. Okay, for that I'm going to use printf statement, and that would be asking user to enter the marks of subject 1, and where is the cursor? Okay, and I'm going to scan that value, scan percentage f, and that would be address of s dot marks dot subject 1. And how it is working, we know that marks itself is an object of the class marks. Okay, marks is always marks, or let it be mark for better readability. Mark is the sub object of structure marks. And how we can access the subject 1, subject 2, and subject 3 of mark by using mark dot subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. And how we can access mark of a student? For accessing mark of a student, we need to write s, or you can say the object name dot mark. So we are saying that we need to access mark of student s, and dot s1 we will declare that we need to access marks of student 1's subject 1. Okay, and you can see that this s dot mark will get the, or you can say will access this thing, and this thing dot sub1 will be accessing this. Okay, so similarly we are going to do for all the three subjects values. Now what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the percentage and status accordingly. So what would be the percentage would be s dot pe, a percentage is equals to. So for calculating subject.per, I have summed all these three values and I have divided them by 3, and that is the percentage formula. Okay, and you can even see that you can have 300 into multiplied by 100, that would give us 3 only. Okay, and we if s dot per is greater than or equal to 50, then s dot status is going to equal to pass, and if not, then it would be s dot status is equals to fail. And then we are going to print all these values. So we have what we have now. We have given an if else statement. Simply if the percentage is greater than 50, then we will be having status as p. If it is less than 50, then we will be having status of f. And at the end we have printed all those two values, namely percentage and status. So let's run the program and see what we are having. So our program has been executed. Now let's enter the marks of subject 1. Let it be 50, and then we have 60, maybe 55, and you can see in here I have added a breakpoint here. Now we can access the object s of class of structure student. Okay, and you can see here I have three things. Status is by default given this null value, so this is also called a null character or nothing, or you can say just like we have zeros in for integer, the by default for a structure of character type member stores null value. Okay, and then we have marks, and we have percentage that has given a default garbage value. And you can see in here we have student s, and inside a student we have a structure mark, and we have all the three subjects in it. Okay, and you can see here now we are going to calculate the percentage and going to give the character as per the requirement, and going to print the all those two statements. And you can see here we have the percentage as 55% and status as p. We could do one more thing in here. Uh, we could have declared another structure of marks m, and then would have entered the subject's marks or in that, and at the end we would have simply done this that s dot mark should be equal to m, or you can say all the things that are stored in m should be stored in this mark of s. Okay, that would be that would also do our work. Okay, so let's enter the values, and our our program should work very well. And you can see in here we have now two different uh, you can say structures, one m one s, and objects of a structure m and s. And you can see all the things of m was saved in marks as it is. Okay, so you can compare you can just copy them, or you can assign them that value using an assignment operator if both of them has the same type, because s dot mark is of structure marks type, and m is also a structure marks, right? Okay, so this was all about nested structure. See you in the next video.